Astrology time, it is Thursday. It is the 9th of July. So let's go. Our moon is in Taurus all day long. Mirror, mirror on the wall. When will Venus change us all? Oh, really? This is an ongoing theme lately, isn't it? Look, Venus is in the last degree of Leo and will leave Taurus at 1:22 p.m. and enter Virgo. Now, ask yourself, are we better off with Venus in Virgo? You had better believe it. Now, the focus isn't just on appearance. It is on the entire package, right? It's on health, appearance, wealth, and those sticky details that have to be attended to achieve all those things. Now, perhaps you noticed that there was some serious spending going on when Venus was in Leo. Well, that's because there was. Look, even with Mercury retrograde, we were investing in our long-term health prospects. Really, we were doing that. We were doing a little bit of the appearance thing. We were doing some of the making things better for ourselves, right? But we were doing it pretty, pretty not haphazardly, but we were with a free hand, put it that way. A free hand towards spending. The Venus in Virgo is not going to be that free. She's not going to be that open-handed with everything. It's a frugal sign. It's a sign that accumulates wealth. It doesn't really spend it. It's a great place for Venus to be, right? Not in Leo, but in Virgo. Now, look, the moon is sextile the sun, so these changes are going to have to be taken to heart, okay? Because we're feeling it. Venus is the ruler of Taurus, where the moon is at. So this new frugal notion and stuff like that is going to happen very quickly because the other ways just aren't sustainable, eating anything we want and doing the things that we feel like we need to do. But Venus in Virgo shuts all that down and says, look, let's get serious and get down to business about what it is that we have to be doing. Because right now we're in a place where we're going to have to be doing that, even with Mercury retrograde. So this is going to feel very welcoming. It will. You're just going to feel like it's a welcome change. Not indulging quite so much. We're done with the 4th of July. We're done with the cookouts. We're done with the, if you're overeating. We're done with the shirking the work, right? Because now everybody's back from vacation and maybe summertime and other people are going, but guess what that does to your workload? It puts more on you because you're covering for people that are on vacation. If you're in the 3D, right? And if you're in the 5D, we are still exploring those creative points because they're starting to come to a very, very to a climactic point, right? We're there. All right, so today's keyword, it comes with a sense of relief, and that's today's keyword is relief. So the color is the underside of a sunlit leaf. So, yeah, a sunlit leaf. Yeah, it looks great. Kind of like a brilliant yellow added to the green color underneath, right? More and more people are connecting with what we do here at dailyastrocat.com, and that's very gratifying, and I really appreciate that. This is because we bridge the gap between out there, cosmos, and in here, right? In here, in our hearts and in our mind's eye. This retrograde season's main objective is coming into focus as Mercury approaches the sun. That's right, they're almost conjunct now. So we're beginning to feel how we're going inside, and we're beginning to express that, and we're doing this in a intuitive way. The same energy that attracts people here to dailyastrocat.com is being made available to everybody, right? So folks have a chance to actually find this, enjoy it, do what they have to do. But for you folks out there, the regular listeners of dailyastrocat.com, this is a great energy for you to really move around with, because there's some things that are happening, and the next few days are about realizing these distinctions and contrasting what we know now versus what we had been hoping for. In terms of the World Cup, there's so much that we know now, okay? In terms of world opinion, just wait and see, okay? Now, how about your world? Honestly, how about your world? Let Venus get all smart and sexy, okay? And save us some money and align our health and wealth outcomes. It's a wise thing to do, right? Now, before before the moon in Taurus activity was so jumpy and quite honestly narcissistic because of the lead up into it. It's also selfish and a little bit on the petulant side, right? Now, once Venus enters Virgo, the cooler vibe prevails very quickly. I always say there's no lines out there and there's no real, jump off points, but this is pretty different. This is really a contrasting energy. It's a much cooler energy, and there's because once the moon in Taurus digs the earthy vibes of the ruler of Taurus, Venus in Virgo, that's going to change change our mood as quickly as the moon changes signs, right? Yeah, that's why this is so. This is why this is going to be felt so quickly, because the ruler where the moon is at, which pretty much gets our emotions and everything like that, and it gives us our feel for the day and our moon-based astrology outlook. That is going to be felt almost immediately. So we can feel that. We can get to that right now. There's something about the latent psychic energy of the sign of Virgo. Really latent psychic energy? Yes, those earthy vibes do give that out, right? And look, it's the sign of the harvest and abundance, and we are quite keen on tapping into that, and we can with the help of Venus, right? We're going to attract that to ourselves in very Virgo ways. Glasses help, right? Let's hope so. All right, so as we build to the new moon in Cancer that occurs on the 14th, our efforts will be jump-started all across the board as our defenses come online. Bing, 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 bing. That's right. Sometimes the best offense is a good defense. And look, get your exercise done today. All right, don't put it off. Venus is closing in on a trine with Chiron, and good health is brought on by exercise and lessening stress. So, tightening the purse strings will certainly help calm the mind and promote domestic unity. Spend less and enjoy life more. You will feel this message coming through over the next couple of days, and it's going to come through even stronger, all right? And that is all I have for you. So this sounds like a pretty good day, right? In 1962, Andy Warhol's first West Coast Gallery exhibition was in the Ferris Gallery of Los Angeles, right? 32 soup cans, that's right. Los Angeles, just like saying that way. It felt like a very 1962 thing to do with Andy Warhol, right? And our birth is Elias Howe. He's born in 1819. He died in 1867. He's an American inventor who was credited with inventing the sewing machine. And that's all we have for you. He's born in Spencer, Massachusetts, by the way. And thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate and love every single one of you. I love the comments. They've been great lately. They've been getting more and more interesting as we go along. I'd like to welcome all the new people who are listening to this, and just keep it coming. We keep on growing our audience, and the content just is finding more and more people. So I really appreciate that. Let's recap, shall we? Our keyword is relief, because we're getting some relief from that Venus being moving out of Leo and into Virgo. A whole new set of things that we're going to be interested in. And our color is the underside of a sunlit leaf. And that's all I have for you today. Today's a 5. Happy astrocatting.